A lot of big management companies in the creator space have massive rosters. And that's great, but that has never been my goal.
Today's guest, Leanne Perice, founder and CEO of Made by All, managing a combined reach of over 600 million people. But Leanne just does not build influencers. She builds legacies. Long before she was managing the giants of the internet, she was a scholar of stardom, deconstructing the blueprint of icons to understand how a human becomes a brand.
You're not just here to do a job and make money. You're here to make their dreams come true and help them become the best versions of themselves. Challenges aren't a bad thing. Now, when I have a big challenge, I get excited about it.
Coming from an entrepreneurial mindset myself, it's important to not just deliver on the results, but to actually listen to your clients.
What is your biggest dream? What does success at the highest level look like for you? There's so many creators out there that don't have that message and might be hurting and putting out things that have a different frequency. For us,
how does the world of management, how does it work? And then how does it connect to a social responsibility? Where does that come from?
So,
the more you know, the more the unknown grows. I am Jitesh Vaswani, your host, and together, let's take this journey beyond the known. They say that we are living in the age of the solo creator, a world where one person with a camera can move millions. But if you look closer, behind every viral moment and every digital icon, there is a hidden architecture. There's a hand that understands the signs, the symbols, and the staggering responsibility of holding the world's attention. Today's guest is that architect. Long before she was managing the giants of the internet, she was a scholar of stardom, deconstructing the blueprint of icons to understand how a human becomes a brand. As the founder and CEO of Made by All, Leanne Perice has turned that academic curiosity into a digital empire, managing a combined reach of over 600 million people. But Leanne just does not build influencers. She builds legacies. Whether she's launching creative studios or building homes for families below the poverty line, her philosophy is woven into her company's name, that greatness is never a solo act. It is something crafted by the collective. It is made by all. I'm Jitesh, and this is Beyond the Known. Today, we step behind the screen with Leanne Perice. Leanne, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Talk to us a little bit more, Leanne, about your journey. How did you start into, managing talent? You were sharing a little bit about purpose and, working with life's challenges. How does managing talent intersect into your life?
So this desire to manage talent runs really deep. I identified when I was in middle school that I wanted to be a manager and work in entertainment. So this has been a lifelong pursuit that every day has built to me to where I am now. And alongside that desire has always been a passion for digital and an understanding of the importance of an online brand. When I was in elementary school, I remember just caring so much about my AOL profile and coding it and making it new every week. And when I was in high school, I discovered Tumblr. And Tumblr opened my eyes to a whole new reality of women that I felt I connected with, and I could see their everyday life. And it allowed me to envision a new reality for me and dream bigger. And that was the first time that I could go online and follow these girls and their journey every day. So on a fundamental level, I really understand the importance of the creator economy and the impact it has on a consumer because I was that consumer. So when it was time to get my first internship, I was, figuring it out, and I was put in touch with Interscope Records and their global brand partnership division. And that really was a pivotal moment for me simply because I could understand for the first time that brands had a lot of marketing dollars to spend on talent and also served as a distribution tool for the artists. So these things were all coming together in my head that eventually has led me to where I am today. And that was the same year Spotify launched and Instagram launched.
What year was that?
That was 2011.
Wow.
So as an intern, I'm sitting at Interscope Records and a few things happened to me. One, I discover Instagram because I'm so terribly bored at this internship that I was scrolling the app store of new apps to download. And I just discovered this tool. I'm like, what is this? This looks fun. At that same time, I went out like that week, my first time ever going out in Los Angeles. And I was like, you know what? I just need to become a manager. So the first DJ that I saw, I was like, that's my DJ. And I cold emailed him and I ended up managing him.
Wow. What does a manager do? Like for people who do not understand the entertainment industry, and a lot of like our listeners are, you know, to give you an idea, like our listeners are people who are interested in the space of how maybe brands work, how marketing work, but also from the space of wellness and a sense of, you know, like brands who have social responsibility. And your company represents a lot of that. Like Made by All also does a lot of social work, right?
Yeah.
So like, how does the world of management, like how does it work, first of all? And then how does it connect to like a social responsibility? Like where does that come from?
So I think to make it very simple, like a manager adds a lot of value and takes a lot of the responsibility off of the creator or the artist to do what they do best, to let them be creative. And then the manager does everything in the background. They strategize, they build a team around that artist or creator, and they make sure that the creators always has all the information that they need. So I always tell my girls, like, beyond making our clients money, we're here to help them become the best versions of themselves, to really figure out where they need help and add assistance. And we're here to build their strategy so that when we go to market, we know exactly what they care about. We build the blueprint.
And how does it connect to, like, let's say, where does that drive to make a social impact come into all of this?
I really believe that our clients have tremendous impact on the internet, and it's our responsibility to really make sure that we're putting out content that's safe and has positivity. There's so many creators out there that don't have that message and might be hurting and putting out things that have a different frequency. For us, I really believe it's our job to do good. And because of that ethos, we've built in a lot of social impact work into our company. Like just a few months ago for Thanksgiving, we partnered with Tao Group and we did a give back where all my clients went to a kitchen and we packed lunches and dinners for people who couldn't afford food during Thanksgiving. Wow. So even a simple thing like that allows us to take our clients and put them into opportunities where they can give back.
And where do you find that inspiration from in your personal life? Like what inspired you to have that?
Well, so a few things, but I think, you know, I recognize every day how blessed I am and how lucky we are to call this work. And trust me, it is hard work and there are challenges, but like to do what you love is such a gift. And I think if we can inspire, not just through content, but through our actions, there's real impact there. And growing up, I worked for my family funeral home. My great-grandfather started a funeral home, and I worked there my entire life. And I quickly identified that's not what I wanted to do. But something that actually just occurred to me recently was I was having a conversation with my mom, and my mom cares so deeply about the family she meets to the point that when she makes pre-arrangements with families, when people prepay for their own funeral or their family member's funeral, she's making sure that she can deliver like a questionnaire of things that they should ask their loved ones before they die. And that simple sentiment of like, okay, you're not just here to do a job and make money, you're actually here to help someone own this moment of transition and make it more beautiful for them. And I was like, wow, like what am I doing for my clients? Like we're not here just to make them money. We're here to make their dreams come true and help them become the best versions of themselves in that process.
Wow. I mean, that's really powerful. Now, going back a little bit into that story, so being around like a funeral home, I mean, being around, like, let's say, seeing death, right? Like, what did that teach you about life? Like, you know, like, I feel like it's like the yin and the yang, right?
I just, you know, I've been to so many funerals in my life, and I've seen a lot of death, and from a young age, it just taught me the value of life and the value of really seizing the opportunities in front of us, because they can be taken away so quickly. And the reality is every day I would hear a story about a funeral my mom did, and, you know, it just wakes you up and really puts things into perspective.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know, like we're here for a limited time.
Yeah.
And what are we doing with our lives? So interesting. So then, so walk us through, like, let's say, if a talent signs with your agency, what does the process look like? And how do you help them personally get more brand deals? And what should the brands be doing in order to work with?
Okay, yeah, this is a great question. I receive downloads for people when I meet them, and I can see very clearly in my head, like, how to achieve something, and we build the blueprint together. And I think it's really important when you sign anyone, whoever's working with a talent, like, when I sign someone, I sit them down, I'm like, what is your biggest dream? What is, like, success at the highest level look like for you? I want to get in their headspace so I can figure out what's important to them, and if I'm the best person and my team is the best team for them. Someone who dreams really small is probably not a good fit for us. But at that same token, I think it's really important to identify and learn also, like, how they create content. What is their process? Like, what do they wish they had that they don't have? Like, for us, it's about really, like, understanding this person and how we can add value. My whole thing since I was starting is just like, how do I add value to everyone around me? And learning what their biggest goals are allows us to be on the same page as them. So when I'm talking to a brand, I can say, this is where we're going and this is what they care about. So I can present them also opportunities that they're excited about. The worst feeling ever as a manager is, like, presenting an offer to a client and then them accepting and them hating the deal. For me, it's, like, so painful, because I'm here to add value and bring opportunities that help them grow. So for me, that alignment is so important. And we just have such a great conversation. And I think something that we do really well at Made by All, and that I've taught the team, is we're really good at understanding what brands are looking for and how do we craft that story that they envision for themselves, and how do we translate that into a social strategy? Because a lot of the time creators are saying they want X, Y, and Z, but their page isn't reflective of them earning those opportunities. So for us, we have to really push our clients to see, like, if this is what you want, this is how the content needs to unfold. So we're really particular about how we build these monetization opportunities and strategies. And I can talk forever, but one of the things we do with brands is we're extremely proactive. And one of the things that Made by All that makes us different is that we have a curated roster.
Okay.
So with that curated roster allows us to be true partners with our clients and allows us to be really proactive for them. So we're going into the marketplace every week, pitching ideas on their behalf.
Wow. So when you're researching these ideas or when you're researching these opportunities, it almost feels like you're in the sweet spot of, like, listening to both the creators and listening to the brand. Yeah. Right. Like, and I feel like, coming from an entrepreneurial, like, mindset myself, like, listening is such a superpower. Yeah. Right? Like, when did you realize that it's important to not just deliver on the results, but to actually listen to your clients and say, okay, this is what you truly want, and then work towards that?
And that's so important. I'm so happy you just said that, because really hearing someone, and I've had to learn, listen, like, I've evolved how I approach talent because everyone is so different and everyone has different preferences. So in our first meetings, I tell them, I'm like, we are here to learn your styles of communication. We're here to learn how you receive information. I had a client that said, I only want to hear when deals are firm. I don't want to hear about, like, who you're speaking to. And then I have other clients who want to know every brand that I'm speaking to so that they're on the same page, regardless if the deal happens or not. So it's, like, so important to ask these questions, because your manager is an extension who you are, and your communication styles really do need to complement each other.
Wow. With, you know, talking about communication styles, there's like one area where, like, let's say you're communicating with the clients, it's more like internal team communication, but also let's say what the creators are putting out into the world, that, you know, you manage like more than 600, like a reach of more than 600
It's actually
billion.
over a billion now.
A billion?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So it's at 1.3.
Wow. I mean, that's probably 3 times the population of many countries in the world,
Yeah.
right? Does that kind of responsibility scare you sometimes?
No, it doesn't
Okay.
scare me, but I take it really seriously. Even
Yeah.
like this past weekend, I was on the phone with a producer, and I just said, I really need to understand the tone of this show that I'm sending my clients to, because they have spent over a decade building their brands, and how they show up truly matters. And I'm not going to jeopardize this opportunity if it could have any negative effect on, or reverb on their brands. And I didn't even call my clients to tell them that, because it's unnecessary, but I'm so careful. And it's just about like paying attention. And it's hard because the deals flow so fast. The creator economy moves at the speed of light.
Right.
So I think our secret sauce too is moving with efficiency, but intention.
And is that intention also in the content that's put out there? Because there's so many people who are going to be, let's say, influenced. And I think like a lot of the younger population is watching social media, right? And I feel like, and I think you are doing this really well, is you putting a lot of positivity out there, right?
That's just in the curation of who we sign. Because ultimately, like, if we sign a creator, it's because we believe in what they stand for, who they are, and what the value they bring to their audience.
Right.
So we're not actually so involved in the day-to-day of like what is put out, but we're architecting with them the types of content they should be focused on based on the blueprint we're creating for them of what they want.
Hey, a quick pause. If you're listening to this and thinking, I need more peace in my day, more clarity in my mind, then I'll really encourage you to check out The Art of Living. The Art of Living offers a technique called Sky Breath Meditation, used by CEOs, pro athletes, and high performers around the world to recharge their energy, clear that mental fog, and reset the nervous system in minutes. They offer programs both online and in person. It is science-backed and it works. Head to artofliving.org to learn more. For you personally, right? And I think I was touching on this a little bit earlier. I watched a reel where you were talking about energy, right? Yeah. And going into your own spirituality. It seems like you are a person who's moving with a lot of intentionality. Yeah. Not a lot of managers do that. Why is that so important for you, and what do you do every day?
I have such a strong internal compass that is constantly navigating me through every even micro decision. I will listen internally to my energy and the source and just say, like, is this, if it's saying yes, I go for it. If it's a no, I restrict.
Yeah.
And for me, the universe has supported me sometimes through challenges, but it always has protected me and redirected me. So I have to trust that I'm being guided. And I have a spiritual practice. I study 2 hours every day.
Wow.
For the past 6 years. And I take it really seriously. And I teach my girls these greater lessons. Like, it's so easy to get caught up in things that don't matter. So for me and my girls, when we have challenges, I never take the challenge at face value. I try to take the lesson, I extract the lesson, so that as a team, we're always moving forward and growing. I always say we're here to learn, we're here to grow, we're here to be the best versions of ourselves. We're just so lucky that talent management is that vessel for us.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So are you open to sharing like a little bit more about your spiritual practice? I'm curious, and I'm sure our listeners are curious, like, what does it look like?
I've talked about it before. I study Kabbalah, and Kabbalah teaches you how to navigate everyday life through the ancient wisdom of Kabbalah. And you know, it teaches you how to restrict. It teaches you how, like, why we're triggered and what we're here to work on in this lifetime.
Wow.
So for me, I'm very aware of, like, oh, that person made me feel a certain way. What is it? Or I'll literally ask the universe, like, what am I meant to learn in this challenge right now? I just went through a challenge. I mean, I go through challenges all the time, but I have a conversation with the universe. I'm like, show me what I'm meant to like learn so that I can continue to grow.
Wow. Could you describe like what a challenge looks like if you're open to sharing? I mean,
there's endless challenges. I think the more you desire, the more challenges that come with that desire. I mean, sometimes you learn through chaos or mercy. I'm the type of person that I move so fast, and I've learned so many skills, but the challenges arise in so many different areas. It could be with negotiating a deal, navigating, you know, an employee or a talent. It's such a, I think when you do so much, you have to expect something to push you and to help you grow. So the challenges are just endless. Like I could go deeper if you want, but
I would love it if you could. I mean, if you're not comfortable.
No, I think there's just so many, and I think maybe a broader example is just as a client grows, navigating all the people who are on the team. Like, we're the managers of our creators, but we build teams, we build publicists, we build agents, and as a client gets bigger and bigger, I think one of the topics I even just talked about today is just like, how do we communicate to our clients like what they need to know and what they don't need to know? And I think that's like a level of discretion. And I know with some of my clients, it's important to share with them some of the difficulties I experience so they're aware. But it's also really important not to put nonsense into the talent's head because they need to focus on creating. But sometimes we have situations where the brand will say something to our clients that's inappropriate, and then we need to call the brand. It's like there's just so many levels and layers.
It looks like a lot of like almost like, I feel like management is almost like PR, but like, you know, relationship building, maintaining those relationships and communicate.
Well, we're actually as managers of our digital creators, we're actually going out and making the deals happen too. So we're negotiating left and right while also thinking about the strategy that we're helping our clients with. So I actually came up with a formula of how we turn our creators into household names. And I named it after the letters of Made by All, so MBA. So M is for meaningful content. And we do this by really positioning our clients against celebrities and making sure that their content strategy is right. So there's two parts to that. So the celebrity collaborations is something that we love doing as a company, but it doesn't make us any money. But it's part of the strategy and how we position our clients as household names. So we have a big celebrity network where we'll proactively go out to celebrities. Most of the time, the celebrities are coming to us on how and who they can partner with. So for the past 2 years, we've worked with endless names, and it's so fun because then the B, which is brand amplification, will take those celebrity content verticals and then we'll share them proactively with the brand and say, this creator, it would be great for this red carpet because they've already worked with all of these celebrities. And then we're linking those videos and we're very concise and intentional with the information we're sharing. And then the last letter, A, is for access. We really look at the global landscape of cultural events and make sure our clients are showing up at these events. We also make sure they're in the right rooms, at the right dinner parties, meeting the right key executives so that we can build real relationships that translate into opportunities, whether that's revenue or if that's strategic impact opportunities. It's usually both. But we really care about that relationship part. And we will put our creators at dinners with CEOs so that the CEOs can understand how special they are. And we're taking our time to do those 3 layers because that's how we build our clients into these household names.
Wow, that's incredible. Now, I know like building this strategy, you know, it takes a long time, right? And you probably, and building these connections, especially with celebrities, with brands. And you like mentioned that, you don't come from the industry, do you?
No.
Right? So where, like you wanted to do this.
Yeah.
Walk us through that journey of how Leanne, who is in middle school, dreaming about, being a manager, actually does it, right? Does it so successfully.
I don't think people realize like how many hours I work a day when I was first starting, and now thank God I have a little more balance, but I still get downloads all the time. So when I first started, I got my first job in celebrity endorsements at a boutique company, which was so perfect for me because it allowed me to learn everything while having a lot of opportunity to also sign and like learn how the industry of celebrity endorsements was ran. And my bosses at the time were so incredibly, like, I want to use the right word. They were so like good at pushing the employees in such a good way that they would force me to cold call brands and email as many brands as I could every day while working for them, right? So I did both. And all night I would just cold email brands and cold email them. And then during the day I'd cold call them. And that skill set alone translated into so many relationships for me. And anytime I could go to set or go to an event, I was there. I was just constantly trying to add value to anyone around me. And I just loved it so much that the momentum kept me going. And anytime I was out at a nightclub, I would go up to the DJ. Everyone knew. Like, I was just always just trying to add value and just figure it out. My first client was like a D-list artist brother. Like I had no connections. I had nothing.
Right.
I had to like literally start from the ground and like build to where I am. And I always say, even when I started in the creator economy, I signed everyone I could so I could learn. And I always say I spiritually earned the clients I have today.
Wow. And why do you say that? Because
they're so incredible. I love our clients. I really see it as a community and everyone supports each other and everyone's so kind. I have a kindness rule. Yeah. When I first started, I didn't have the luxury of having a kindness rule because I had to make money and sustain my vision, right? But now we're at a point where, thank God, like, we can choose who we work with. And I think that's such a luxury and it's something I don't take for granted. And we just love our clients so much. And we're not out here signing 500 clients. Like a lot of big management companies in the creator space have massive rosters. And that's great, but that has never been my goal.
So you started out like cold reaching to these brands, and now when you are in this celebrity position, do you receive a lot of cold emails, cold calls, or cold messages? And how?
When I was an assistant?
Well, no, even now, right? Like do brands reach out to you?
Yeah. Well, now we have such a great internal ecosystem of relationships, and I've, because I built this company from scratch in my car when I first started Made by All in 2017. We now have this robust CRM system where we have such an incredible list of all the brands and agencies globally that we talk to. And every week we send them an intentional email about what our clients did the following week and what they have coming up. And brands love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. I mean,
and I think there's probably like 5,000 brands that get it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I mean, it feels like so well thought of, right? Like and I think that kind of shows your experience. Like you went in there in the eye of the storm and somehow learned about all these different aspects of the business and positioned yourself in this, you really worked hard like to earn this position. What has working hard taught you about life that, and like a management degree, I don't mean MBA, maybe like a management degree could never teach you?
I just think it's, first off, the creator economy we pioneered. Like, this didn't exist when I started.
Right.
There were small companies that were coming up at the same time and a few other management companies in the creator space, but we had to reinvent and visualize a whole new reality for this space. So, you can't at that time you couldn't learn this like through school. You had to live it. And I think, I have been in every position of my company. Now I have such an incredible team, but being in every position taught me like how I want everything to speak to each other and the systems and the operations. It allowed me to really build it from the ground up. And like being, when I was in control of finance. And so I've had to learn through massive challenges too. I remember one year I don't cry easily. I remember just one year, just like at the end of the year, I was just crying. So I was just like, this is not, I was like, this isn't working. It needs to be better. And then you know what? I fixed it. It's like sometimes through the biggest challenges, like that's when you can shift and change. And that's something I had to learn to like, challenges aren't a bad thing. You like now when I have a big challenge, I get excited about it. I also get excited. I hate to say this because I don't want it to come off wrong, but you know, when a client is meant to leave, I've learned also that it's a blessing. And I've had, this is a whole nother topic actually, but when clients, I've had a few big clients leave and it helped me like 10x my business with them leaving. Like I think there's a blessing behind every challenge and seemingly bad thing. And that goes back to the study of energy and the study of spirituality.
Right. And I feel like, again, the theme of like listening stands out a lot when I'm talking to you. Like you're listening to the challenges. You're listening to the lessons that life wants to bring you, or listening to the blessings that life wants to bring you, listening to your clients, listening to the brands. And I feel like being grounded in ourselves can be such a powerful force, right? When you actually listen and 100%. Download.
Sometimes when I'm like pushing so hard, I have to be like, okay, now I have to let things come in and I'll go on a walk. And literally I will get the text I was waiting for, the contract I was waiting for. It's like this balance of like knowing when to push and then when to restrict and let things in.
When a client leaves, like, and I know it can feel challenging, like what would be your first reaction?
Well, now I've trained myself to think it's always a good thing, even though seemingly it's not. And we put so much passion into our clients. It's sometimes like, for me, it's more of a letdown of like, wow, I really thought in the past, historically, sometimes it's mutual, right? But when it's like, we're seeing multiple millions of dollars that we're making together, I'm like, wow, I really just feel just more like a disappointment. But I've learned that like it's business and there's sometimes people come in and leave when they're meant to, and there's a reason, and I have to trust the universe and move on and like keep making sure that my energy is open so the business can receive. I've really learned, even in year 4 and 5 of my company, like where I put my time and attention matters, because I'm the vessel for all the opportunities really that flow. And listen, my managers are incredible, but I mean on like a different level.
Wow. So like if let's say the middle school Leanne were present here, right? Generally people ask this question that, what would you tell her? But I want to flip it around. What would she tell you?
Wow, I love that question. She would tell me like, your heart and soul hasn't changed, and that she's really proud.
Wow. Tell us more about your heart and soul.
Well, I just remember like when you said that, I had this image of like these kids being bullied and someone knocked their books down on the floor, and I walked up to that guy and I said, you're gonna pick up his books and you're gonna apologize. Because I always felt like I wanted to defend the underdog. And in a sense, the creator economy for a long time was the underdog. And I started this company with the belief that one day Hollywood would come knocking on our doors, and we're at that inflection point right now.
Who's the underdog now? Like, you think, like now, I feel like the world recognizes the creator economy.
Yes and no.
Okay.
They recognize that there's a shift happening, but I really don't believe that they really understand how big it is and how entertainment will be forever affected. And I think people in Hollywood, they're so willingly, I mean, I get it, like they're so concentrated on celebrity that they're also missing the opportunity right in front of their eyes.
Right.
So for us as a company and launching Made by Us, our goal is to help celebrities operate with the DNA of one of the top creators on the internet.
Tell us more about Made by Us.
So Made by Us is definitely evolving in real time. What it currently stands is it's a storytelling studio where we're helping brands and celebrities and public figures tell a story online, a viral story. And I think not anyone, but there's a lot of people that can tell a story. But to tell it correctly for a digital audience is a gift and a craft. So we're taking all of the knowledge from our top creators, how they've optimized and have built the most impactful careers on the internet. And we're bringing that knowledge to the celebrities and brands. And in doing that, I don't want to say too much because it's not public yet, but in doing that, we're going to reinvent the way celebrities show up and create content.
I'm really looking forward.
I'm so excited. Like I'm raising capital now for Made by Us, and we're in that that go mode, grind mode, and it's like crystal clear the vision, just like Made by All was, and now Made by Us has like a roadmap, and it's going to be really fun to see that through.
I'm very excited for this new phase of your life.
Thank you.
And I feel like I come from India, and now like I see a lot of women entrepreneurs, right? 20 years ago, we were colonized, and a lot of women were not, they were not as open. And I love it when there are role models like yourself.
Thank you.
Who can inspire women around the world to take charge. And
yeah, I think it's just about not letting anything stop you. And then if it does, like figure out what the lesson is, figure out why it happened, learn from it, and do your best to keep moving forward. Because that's it. Like that's why we're here. The challenges are meant to help you. And I think once everyone can redefine a challenge and understand that it's actually helping them, they can navigate forward to what they're meant to do and like really create something that they're proud of.
Incredible. And thank you so much for that message.
You.
I want to, probably end the episode with a gift for you from our
those
sponsor.
Are for me?
Those are for you. So this is
thank you so much.
This is Shankara. This is a brand, luxury beauty brand.
Cool. From India?
Ancient Ayurveda.
Wow.
Very pure, very natural products.
Wow, you're speaking my language. Thank you so much. I can't wait.
It really aligns with me. Now I'm, helping market their products. This product is like really close to my heart. It's called Ghee Sutra. So do you know what ghee is?
Yeah.
So
cooking.
So that's ghee,
wow.
right? And in India, cows were, treated very well. Like, because ghee, which is, clarified butter essentially, and cow's ghee is supposed to nourish you, right? Wow. Nourish your skin. And this ghee, like, when you wash it, when you emulsify it, so this has been washed over 10,000 times. It forms this very soft emulsion. It's great for skin. I hope you try it and I hope you love it. I want to give them a shout out for the face.
Amazing.
Both of these are for the face.
Amazing.
Very pure products, so just use a little bit. And
thank you so much.
This is from Shri Tattva. This is, obviously.
I went to India for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, with my mom.
When was that?
We went I guess it was not last year, it was 2024.
Wow.
Yeah.
We
went on a train trip.
Which cities?
We started at the Taj and then just went around on a train. It was really cool. Awesome. Me and Adam, when we were in Cannes Lions, must have been 5 years ago, we met one of the biggest creators in India, and he's still one of our friends.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
he's amazing. I love that.
Next time you are in India, give us a shout out or like just give us a holler. We'll curate your entire trip.
Thank you.
I represent the Art of Living, and the Art of Living is one of the world's biggest, I would say, humanitarian organizations. So we teach people how to breathe and meditate and let go of a lot of
I've always
stresses.
loved it. I think we've talked about it a lot. And,
yes. And in India, especially, we are huge. We're humongous. Like anybody you talk to, they would know about the Art of Living, because we have touched over like 800 million lives globally.
It's amazing.
So next time you're in India, you have to stay with us. You have to stay at our retreat center, and just relax and take it easy. We could even put together something made by all, a curated destination retreat, all on us.
Sounds incredible. Thank you.
We'll be very happy to. Thank you so much for taking out time. I know you're very busy, and I appreciate your wisdom. I appreciate you and you stopping by here and talking to me.
Hey, a quick pause. I want to share a resource I've personally trusted for years. And when it comes to living well, not just in moments of meditation or reflection, but in everyday life, what we put into our bodies matters deeply. And that is why I love Shri Shri Tattva. It's a brand rooted in authentic Ayurveda, from daily wellness supplements to natural personal care. All crafted with ancient wisdom and modern purity. No shortcuts, no hypes, just products that support real well-being from the inside out. For me, it's all about alignment between what I practice and what I teach and how I live. And Shri Shri Tattva helps me bring some of that care into my daily routine. You can explore their offerings at shrishritattvausa.com. I highly recommend checking them out. The link is also in my description below. I want to share something I've been personally loving. Shankara's Ghee Sutra is one of those rare products where ancient wisdom meets modern skincare. It's crafted from ghee that's churned 10,000 times. Yes, 10,000. Blended with Ayurvedic botanicals like hibiscus, bamboo, and it penetrates deep, up to 7 layers, to nourish, hydrate, and bring your skin back to life. No harsh chemicals, no surface level fixes, just deep, authentic care from the inside out, like everything we talk about on this show. You can check it out at shankara.com, and trust me, your skin will thank you. The link is also in the description below.